Hey there, welcome back to our second lesson. Now, on the first lesson we covered two things, our notes on the sixth string and how to play major and minor triads on strings 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to keep going over the same concept, but now we're going to change of strings. We're going to go on triads to strings 2, 3, and 4, and on learning our notes we're going to go to the fifth string. Now we're going to work a lot over these concepts because they're really important. This is the backbone of music theory and understanding the fretboard. It's really important to learn your triads because then you can connect your roads, right? For example, you want to go from point A to point B and you learn a scale. But you know where point A is and now you know where point B is. Ideally, you want your ear to take you there, but sometimes you need some reference. And learning these triads is the most important part. Because once you learn point A, you follow a road, you arrive in point B, you follow a road again, and then you arrive in point C. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to learn the notes on the fifth string now. Last week we were doing this. We were C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B, E, A, D, G, and back on C. Now this time we're going to do it with the fifth string. Now where is C on the fifth string? We know how to play a C major chord right here. So now we know this is C major because the third fret of the fifth string is C. So now we have C. Let's go to F. Let's go to B flat, first fret. Let's go to E flat. Let's go to A flat. Let's go to D flat. G flat and B. Let's go to E. I'm gonna go to A, D, G, and I'm back on C. Now, it can be confusing, right? Because before C was on the 8th fret of the 6th string, now C is on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. But it's gonna take time and you're gonna get used to it, right? Now, also, you don't wanna memorize a pattern. You don't wanna be going C, F, B flat, E flat, and then suddenly you know a pattern. Once you get comfortable with this, just start saying random notes. For example, I go G flat, boom, I got the G flat here. I go B, I got it here. I go C, I got it here. I go D, I got it here. So I'm just randomly saying notes and I'm gonna land on the right note. Now we're gonna change the style for something more funky. I'm gonna play a lick over each note. Now this lick is gonna go like this. I'm gonna start on C, 3rd fret of the 5th string, with my middle finger, right? This time I'm gonna use my middle finger. Last time I was skipping the 3rd at the beginning. I was going root, 5th, skipping the octave, I'm going to the minor 3rd as a spread triad and the major 3rd. So it was more comfortable to use my first finger first, my 3rd finger for the 5th, and then my first finger for the minor 3rd and the major 3rd. But this time, because I want to play the major 3rd that is on the same octave, I'm going to use my middle finger on the root. I'm going to play my major 3rd with the 1st finger, 2nd fret of the 4th string, and with the pinky I'm going to catch the 5th. So here I have the triad arpeggio. That's how I start my phrase, root, major 3rd, 5th. Then if you want to go for a major sound with a blues feel, it's always nice to find the octave that is going to be like this. 3rd fret, 5th string, you go a whole step up, 2 strings down, I got the octave. Whole step below is the flat 7, and half step below is the 13th or the 6th. Now these 3 notes are going to give you a bluesy sound over a major chord. Right? So far I have this. Then I'm going to return to that octave with the same notes. I'm going to go 13th, flat 7 octave. And here I'm going to play with the 3rds again. I'm going to go minor 3rd, 4th fret of the 2nd string. Remember C minor. Again, triads is important. Half step up to C major. And I'm going to finish the phrase on the 5th of C. That is 3rd fret of the 1st string. If I put that together, I'm going to have this. Now I'm going to use the same phrase, but I'm going to go to F. I'm going to go like this. B flat, 1st fret, 5th string. This is a tricky one because we have open strings now. I'm going to go like this. E flat. And so on. Now here's an example to play the funky line over the 12 notes of music. Now the second concept for today, triads on strings 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to start easy here. The first two easy triads is again to find your root on the 5th and the 6th string. So for example, D minor was my first chord of the chord progression, right? I'm going to find D minor on the 5th string. That's the 5th fret of the 5th string, right? And here, on last week we did this, strings 1, 2, and 3, D minor root position. But now I'm going to replace this first finger, that's an A note, an octave lower, that is going to be the 7th fret of the 4th string. Now I'm going to have this triad. That is like an A minor shape, but on the 6th fret. I'm going to have D minor, second inversion triad, because the 5th is your lowest note. Now D minor on the 6th string, 10th fret. Last week we covered this triad, strings 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to replace this D on the 1st string for this D on the 4th string. That's an octave below. I'm going to have now D root position here. And the hardest one to find is going to be this one, all the way down the neck. How do you find this triad like this? You find D on the 5th string. In this case, here's the D. Now you need to find the minor third. Here you have two ways to find the minor third. The first one will be like playing a pentatonic. You just play the D note, and then you go a whole step and a half on the same string. So that's root and minor third. The second one is to go with the third finger to D and play the minor third one string below. So now I have root on the 5th string and the minor third on the 4th string, 3rd fret. It's an F note, right? Now here you're going to start this little triad like this. Right? So that's a first inversion D minor. I got the 3rd, I got the 5th, and I got the root. So for D minor I have this. Now let's go to G major. We start with an easy one. We find G on the 6th string, 3rd fret of the 6th string. We go a whole step up, 2 strings down, we have G major here, root position. The second one, we find G on the 5th string. And now this time I'm going to play the major 3rd on the 4th string, 1 string below. So I'm going to have here G, and now we have a major 3rd. So it's 1 string down, half step to the left. Right? So I got the root on the 10th fret, and the G, the major 3rd, sorry, is going to be on the 9th fret of the 4th string. So from here I'm going to play this triad now. So now you need to see this. With the pinky you can catch the root, right? You got the root on the 5th string, and you go a major 3rd up to the 4th string, and here starts this triad. So with that same concept, you for example can go to E major. You find E on the 7th fret of the 5th string, and then you bring the triad down, E major. You want to go to A major, you find A on the 5th string, and you go like this. And the last shape, you find again G on the 5th string. And now remember, last week we were doing this, strings 1, 2, and 3, root position. Now we bring that D on the 1st string an octave above, or below, sorry, and we have this little bar. It's like playing A major, but instead of going the classic open chord, you go A, B, C, D, E, F, and G to the 12th fret. Now we have G major. So for G I have this. So now by now I should know that there are 3 shapes for every set of strings, right? So for example, for G major I have this shape, I have this shape, and I have this shape. I'm going to use exactly those 3 shapes but in a different place. Now for C major, this A shape chord, but in G, sorry, is going to be on the 5th fret here. That's a C major. Again, I know that C is on the 3rd fret, whole step up, 1 string down, I got that guy, right? I could play my classic bar chord, but the idea here is not to double notes. We don't want to play more than 1 each note, so I have just this little bar, strings 2, 3, and 4. Next triad, I know that C is on the 8th fret of the 6th string, whole step up, 2 strings down, root position C major. And the last one, I find C here, 15th fret, I play the major 3rd on the 4th string, and now I have this triad. So at the end for C major I have this. Last one is going to be A minor. We're going to start easy here again. A, 5th fret of the 6th string, whole step up, 2 strings down, the octave. Here I got the root position A minor. Then I'm going to find A on the 5th string, 12th fret. I'm going to play the minor 3rd on the 4th string, and then I'm going to play here this little shape. And the last one, again I find A on the 5th string. I go a whole step up, 1 string down to the 5th, and here I have this A minor chord. With the A minor shape actually. So we're going to follow the chords now. Again, the idea here is to play the closest triad to each other. So I'm going to start here with D minor, strings 2, 3, and 4. My closest G major is going to be this root position, G major. My closest C major is going to be this one. And my closest A minor is going to be this one. And I'm going to go back to D minor, second inversion. My closest G major is going to be this one. My closest C major is going to be this one. And my closest A minor is going to be this one. Back to D minor root position. Closest G major is this one. Closest C major is this one. And the closest D minor is this one. A minor, sorry. And then I'm back on D minor. Now here's an example of how to play triads on strings 2, 3, and 4.